It's Kathy the Backyard Stamper, and tonight I thought it'd be fun to show you some watercolor, how easy it is to watercolor our stamped images. So, my name's Kathy Schmitt, and I'm a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the in New Hampshire, in the U.S., and I do in-person classes and online classes. So my blog is backyardstamper.com, and my Stampin' Up! Online store is kathyschmidt.stampinup.net. And you can reach me at any time at backyardstamper@gmail.com. So tonight we're going to use this set called Penciled Pear. I mean, this is awesome, and it's funny that they put it on their watercolor techniques. It's on page 118 in our annual catalog, and on this page they give you 4 different techniques for watercoloring it. I'm going to do it straight with water because that's what I like, and see how they use this pear here, and I'm going to do something similar to that, and they show you some other ones that they've watercolored. The other one we're going to use, I just want to show you maybe one you didn't think of for that. It's the Bird's Eye View stamp set. And in this catalog, they only show a sample. They don't show the whole set. So let me show you. This is Penciled Pear, and this is the Bird's Eye View. So we're going to do, on this one, all the little hash marks that the artist put in for shading make the watercoloring just so simple. This one, you got to be a little creative. They only give you a little bit of lines, but I'll show you both. So before we get started, I just want to remind you that the Designer Series paper sale is still going on until Saturday. So August 31st is the last day that you can get 15% off of Designer Series paper that's in the annual catalog. And there are some really fantastic ones. Lily Pond Lane is excellent. And I made a whole bunch of cards with just the DSP. Look how cute this one is. That one I used just a little textured paper and cut the ducks out of the paper. I don't have the stamp set. So look how easy these cards are. I think I made 12 of them and did, a panel card, and look at this cute frog. So all I need to do is just add my little sayings, and these cards are done. And that was just with the designer paper. So Lily Pond Lane is spectacular. Winter Meadow just came back into stock. That one's great. We're going to use that next month to do a class on with one of the new sets in the catalog, which is it's a winter sled set. I don't remember the name right off the bat. The other one that's fantastic is Thoughtful Journey. That one's great. Watercolored, real artist watercoloring that they've taken photographs of, so it's spectacular. Take to the Sky. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Designer Series paper. So the sale is 15% off, and you can shop my store, kathyschmidt.stampinup.net. All right, let me show you the cards that we're making. Let's see here. So these are my 2 watercolor cards. Aren't they so cute? So my daughter is getting married, and her fiance's last name is Pearman. So there's kind of a little joke about Pearman and Pearwoman. So I'm making her some thank you notes with the pear. And so I have a whole bunch done. Every one of them's different, and they're very, very simple to do. So we're going to start with the piece of watercolor paper is 5 by 7. This is this is perfect for it to fit into the note card size envelope, which is what I did. So I took the watercolor paper and I'm going to use my note card envelopes that came with the note cards and envelopes. So sorry, got my words all twisted around, but I'm going to use these envelopes. But when you watercolor, you really need the watercolor paper. And the watercolor paper is just slightly off color from our basic white. Here's one of the note cards. And you know, I didn't like that it didn't match. So just a little bit off color and the texture. So I went ahead and put it right on a piece of watercolor paper that I just folded in half. So that's my little tip. And then you just glue when your paper's dry, you're just going to glue it down. So hey Kim, thanks for watching. And thanks for calling. It was my birthday yesterday and Kim called and I got some really nice cards in the mail. So thank you all. All right, let me get this out of the way. So I think I'm going to start with the bird's eye view one. So let me get my pieces here. I got the ones I got done are mixed in with the ones that I'm going to do. So let's see here. All right, so here's a piece. Now, this is the cheating method. Well, first off, let me take two pieces, and what I'm going to do is I'm just using the water painter. You get a set of 3 water painters for $13, and these are great. I mean, they're not going to be comparable to professional watercolor brushes, but for what I kind of do, this is perfect and easy, and I can watercolor with them with gouache and any kind of watercolor paint, and I have done that before. My cousin Corey Abdush out in Omaha, Nebraska is a watercolor artist for real, and she has her paintings in a studio, and we did a fall foliage painting trip in New Hampshire a couple years ago, and that was really fun. So what I did was I just wet the watercolor paper a little bit to kind of let the paper soak up some of the water. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my basic beige, and this is the cheating method. I'm going to stamp my outline stamps on my watercolor paper. And it kind of resembles a pencil, because when you watercolor, you usually will draw in very light lines. You're drawing with the pencil. So in the end, this is going to resemble that. And I just stamped that way too hard. But you know what? We're going to go with it. So I mushed my stamp, and I just did what I tell everybody not to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is everybody has a little different technique when they watercolor. My cousin is very fluid and like it flows all over. I like a little bit more fine line detail. So this is a little bit of Pool Party, and what I didn't have a Stampin' spot for Pool Party, but what I did was I just took my re-inker. Oh yeah, you can see that. I just wanted to make sure that was in the camera. I took my re-inker and just added some drops and then filled it up with some water. You squeeze the barrel and the water comes out. So, and I'm just going to lightly add some Pool Party to my bird. Just to get some color down on it. And then I'm going to take squeeze it until your brush is clear. And I'm going to do some of my books. So it looks like I need a little bit more Pretty Peacock. This silicone mat is part of the Glass Mat Studio, and it works great for watercoloring. So this was really a good thing to use for this technique. So I'm squeezing a little bit of water, and then if I feel like I need a little bit more, I just dip it off over there and kind of, I'm testing it. So let's see here. I am going to do my blue or Pretty Peacock book in the middle there. So these books are going to have a little bit of wear on them with that stamping that I did. And the whole thing is you want to work in different sections because you need to let it dry in between. I just threw my rag on the floor and I had my ceiling fan on and it blew across the room. So, all right. So I'm just cleaning off my brush because I'm going to switch into copper clay. And again, I'm going to add some water from my barrel. Looks like my barrel is dry. Hold on 1 second here. Let me just switch my tip. So when you screw these on, they are a reverse tip, if you will. So they turn in the opposite direction as what you think they're going to. So I'm going to just use this one because I haven't been using the fine brush. The watercolor painters gives you 3 sizes. So you have the wide one that's great for washes. You have this medium one that is great for, well, I do the bulk of the painting with this one. And then you have the fine detail one. Okay, so I'm just going to lay down some copper clay. And when it's real light like this, that's a good place to use on the binding. I mean, not the binding, the page colors. And here I'm going to just let it flow a little bit more. Okay, so I'm building up my colors, and I'm going to go back to, hi Kim, how you doing? I got 2 Kims on here. All right, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to add a little bit of crushed curry. And I'm just pressing my spot into my silicone mat, so it's kind of neat. And I'm just going to add some yellow in the middle of the bird, and maybe up there towards that top part. And again, it's just a wash, and I'm going to start building the darker colors. But I also want to use the crushed curry down here, so I'm going to let that flow a little bit. And just do like that on the pages. So what I like to do is add just a little bit on these spots there, and I'm going to come back and just outline just a little bit more. I'm going to go back to my copper clay, which looks red, but it's really copper clay, and I'm going to kind of add into where that's dark right there. There. Looking good, looking good. Kim, you tell Mike I'll talk to him later. Thanks for popping on though. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of add some darker Pretty Peacock down here on the bottom, and also up around here. And I know the stamp has just a little bit down here, but because that I fat stamped it, I need to add some up here too. So we're gonna just kind of add some darker in some different colors than on my sample. There. All right. And then I'm going to, I want that to blend, so I'm adding some more Pool Party. And it's very wet, which is okay. And I'm going to let that kind of do its thing. All right. And then let's come back into this book down here. Whoa, that was dark. That's all right, because there's no mistakes in crafting. You just have opportunities. Now, I like to make, like, kind of define the, where the book ends, like the cover. So I'm not going to do too much of it, but I did just do just a little bit. And I'm going to kind of darken this whole section right here. There. All right, it's looking good. It's looking good. And I'm going to, I did not clean my brush very good, so I just got that in the basic beige. I got a lot of pretty and pink on here, so I have to. Hi, Christina. Nice for you to pop on. All right, so I'm just going to kind of color this part here with the basic beige. So, all right, so those are, the books look done. Let's see if we can get the bird to dry a little bit, because I need to add some more crushed curry up here. I don't want it to turn into green. You know, blue and yellow makes green. But maybe I will add just a dab of the copper clay. There. Oh, I like that. Yes. So you can just kind of play with your bird. And just remember, you need to let the sections dry. Otherwise, it runs too much together. So this little dark part can be like where the title of the book is, instead of where my stamp, I fat stamped it. Okay, so let's put a little bit darker of my crushed curry, just like that. I like it. And I got some into there, so let's, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I am going to stamp my pear. So I'm going to do the same thing. I already wet this down, so that's okay. Oh, this is the piece I wet down. So I already wet it, and I'm going to use my basic beige again. And kind of what I like about the basic beige is it kind of has a green tint to it. It's one of the colors that looks different depending on how you're using it. So it reminds me of Sahara sand. There, so see how you just get the shape, and it's ready to go. So let me just see here. I just want to smooth out the shadow there. Out of everything, the hardest thing I had trouble with was the shadow. I know that's kind of crazy sounding. I just put just a little bit of early espresso into my basic beige to give it there. That looks pretty good. All right, I'm drying my brush off to the side here. Let me bring my bird back in. I just want to do a little bit of fine line there to define his wing a little bit. It's not quite dry. So we're going to set that aside, because you really need to, when you're watercoloring, you got to know when to stop. And it's hard. It's very hard to do. All right, so let me fill up my, this is Granny Apple Green. I need a little bit more crushed curry. I had a lot of fun with the pear because it's just green and yellow, and that's it. So it was pretty easy to do. So I'm gonna just really wet that down and just do my wash. See, it's so light that you can still see the stamping lines, and that's the look I'm going for. And I'm gonna wash on the leaves too. And that's okay that I went a little heavy on that because the leaves need to be a different color than the pear. See how it's already picking up the markings on the from this artist? I love it. Okay, so now what I want to do, I'm just cleaning off my green here, and I'm going to squeeze in some, looks like I still had a little green in there, but that's okay. And I'm just going to kind of do right down the middle here with the yellow, because the pears have a lot of yellow in them, and I'm going to just let that set. All right, let's bring back our birdie. So when I was working on these, I was working on multiple pears at a time. So this is where that fine, the smallest brush would be really good for these very, very fine lines, but I'm okay using this one because I need to kind of darken up a little bit of section. So even if I go out of the line a little bit, it's kind of what I want to do. So and I'm just going over like the artist lines with the darker shade. Ooh, my bird looks so good. All right, and I just want just a smidge of Pool Party up in the top there. So I want to blend that since it looks like he's a little stripy. And that's okay, because I need it to be lighter. It actually looks like he's got hair. So let me bring this darker blue down a little bit more. There. And I'll bring it over. There. So you gotta know when to stop. I gotta stop touching it. Back to the pear. Is that making you guys dizzy to switch back and forth? If it is, I'm sorry. All right, so this is Garden Green, and that's what I'm going to add some of the darker highlights with. And then on the leaf, I'm going to just kind of imagine some veins. There. And we'll cut it down like that. Okay, it's looking good. I got to come back over here and add some green to this side. And I am going to just turn it around and now I used my stamping spots, but I also have the re-inkers here. So I can quickly add a dab with my re-inker if I needed it. So that's got that nice bright green, which is great. In fact, I think I am going to use a Granny Apple re-inker. Just a dab. A little dab will do you. And then I need some water, and it looks like I've sucked up some of the green in my barrel. I'll have to clean that off here. All right. Yes, see that? Now, if I took this straight to the paper, it's going to be too dark, I think. That's why I'm kind of, this mat is perfect for this. It's, those grooves act like it's a paper towel. All right, so now I'm just going to kind of close that yellow gap up a little bit. My pear is looking really good. Here's my bird again. The bird is almost done. I am going to have to say it's done. So let me put in some eyeballs. I'm going to just use the early espresso because it's kind of dark up there. Just a dot. Okay, and the beak. Let's see here. I want like really strong yellow. So let's see. It might be a little wet still. So I'm gonna just add a drop from my re-inker. The nice thing about this too, because I'm working on these, I wanna give my daughter like 24, a set of 24 thank you notes. And I just leave this and it dries, and then I just apply water and it comes back to life again. So it's very forgiving and very, very easy to re-ink. Okay, and just gonna add some dark down here. There. All right. So that's almost done. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot his legs. Hold on, I gotta wash my barrel because I'm getting green in everything. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. I don't have a sink in my craft room, so I had to just run to the sink. Okay. I think Kim, the paper chef, had to jump off because her husband said she was using too much of the bandwidth. Okay, so now I need to do the bird's legs. So let me just add a little bit like that. Like that. All right, and then we're gonna put the glasses on in just a minute. So in the pencil pear is just a note, and I want to, oh, you know what? I see one more thing I gotta do. I wanted to fix this book binding here. The blue kind of ran into it, so I'm just gonna change the color up and make it a little darker there. There. Now it looks like it was meant to be. Okay, so let me wash that off there. And so I think I'm going to stamp that. So the way I did my pear was I did in just the basic beige. I think I want to do a little bit, I think I'm going to do with the pretty peacock. Oh, no, you know what? I know what I did. I know what I did. I took Pebbled Path and I stamped off. So here's my sample. That's Pebbled Path stamped off. And that looked really good with the bird. My daughter didn't like it that dark for her pears. So she likes the light. There. Oh, so cute. All right, and then we need some fun glasses. Let me see if that's dry. That is pretty dry. So we're gonna do some copper clay glasses. So I'm bringing the colors. I didn't use that many colors, but I'm bringing them, like I don't want pretty peacock glasses because I've already got a lot of pretty peacock on this bird. So we're going to just stamp that right on. Oh! Isn't that great? Okay, so now I've got my I got my piece, I folded it, and I just have to add some glue to the back. This does need glue, folks, because this watercolor paper is tough. And then I know for my daughter has got really nice handwriting, and so she's going to use like a fancy pen and not do calligraphy, so to speak, but make it fancy writing for her thank you notes. So, all right, so I'm just, see how just adding that little border does so much. And then this is my trick when I'm gluing anything, really, is I take my big block and I just set it down. All right, and you know what? My pear looks pretty darn good. I think I'm going to just add, you know, I gotta know when to stop, don't I? I just want to add just a little bit of green as they come around the corner there. What do you think? Just blending that in. Does that look good? What do you think, guys? All right, I need to clean off my just a note. This technique, watercoloring, you know, I mean, yeah, it might take a few minutes longer because you got to let things dry and everything, but the result is really spectacular, I think. So, and like I said, you're not wasting all that. You can just leave that right there, and then the next one you go, just paint again. All right, so I'm just gonna, just a note. Now that's gonna lighten up as it dries. This pear turned out on the green side. Sometimes they're on the yellow side, and I think what I'm going to do, here's my thing. I think I'm gonna just give it a little bit of yellow to blend in right there. Yeah, that, I like that. There. So I've got like a lighter area still, and like that. So I have to let that dry before I attach that because I don't want to smear it. But here's my bird. Isn't that cute? So you see how they all kind of come out different, you know. So there's one of them, and I use the same colors on all of them. Oops, that's a pear. And here's another book. And this one I accidentally stamped a little low, so I had to write my note at the top, but it still looks good. I have to attach these on to my other, my folded pieces. So what do you think? Are you guys going to give watercoloring a try? I actually have, like I said, my cousin and I did a painting trip for fall foliage painting, and I have like watercolors and gouache and some really expensive art supplies that she gifted me. And you know, I just have always said I want to paint some of our stamps, and you know, I just kept not doing it. And then I needed the thank you note, so that was kind of like the kick in the pants to get going with it. And now it's like, oh my gosh, I almost can't stop. So the next one I'm gonna try is the birds from where did I put that? Oh, Winterly Treetops. That's gonna, and you know what? I just have to look at the designer paper. The designer paper's got several different colors of birds in it, and I'm just gonna kind of copy it for my color inspiration, because that's the other things, you know, with when you're making cards or, you know, designing, sometimes it's hard to put the colors together and get them exactly the way you like it. So, okay, so I do have a host code that is valid through September 15th. It's KV9ENEZK. They come up with the funniest host codes. But that one is valid until September 15th. And don't forget about the Designer Series paper sale, because 15%, and if you're a demonstrator, that's on top of your own discount. So that's a hefty discount. So, and I am very excited. Hold on 1 minute. I got to just grab it. Hold on. So years and years ago, Stampin' Up! Had scrapbooking kits and sold albums and, you know, had a really big scrapbooking line, and then they kind of whittled it away. So starting September 4th, they are introducing scrapbooking kits again. And we can't pre-order them. Demonstrators are going to be able to purchase on the same time as customers. If you're interested, you might want to take a look early. You can get a copy of this brochure from me. Just it's on my blog, backyardstamper.com, but if you don't find it there, send me an email and I'll be sure to send it to you. So I just want to show it to you really quick. So they are coming out with two-tone 12 by 12 cardstock in our colors. And eventually they're going to have all of our colors. So that's fantastic. But for right now, they have a limited selection. And so I don't know if you can see, like the garden green is a good example, but the two-tone, so one side is like maybe a true color of garden green, and then the second side is the lighter version. So it's like getting two colors. It's got a white core, so our normal cardstock is dyed all the way through. So when you do some tearing, you don't have the white. This is white core, which is going to look great on some projects. And then we've got Reindeer Memories, this kit. Oh my gosh, and it coordinates with the reindeer paper that is coming out in our new catalog. So in the September to December mini catalog has a lot of this paper designs, but what you get in addition are stickers that are on a 12 by 12 page, and the stamp set is an optional add-on. So the price point on the scrapbooking kits are really good, I think, because, for instance, this one here, the reindeer, is $37. It makes 3 2-page spreads, so that's 6 scrapbooking pages. And each one includes instructions with diagrams and layouts, so you have a template. It's really great. And so in this kit, you get 9 sheets of the 12 by 12 two-tone cardstock, 3 sheets of white 12 by 12, 6 sheets of the double-sided designer paper, 4 sheets of single-sided designer paper, a 12 by 12 sticker sheet, a 12 by 12 ephemera pack, and a 6 by 6 die cutting sheet, and photo placeholders. So that is fantastic. So I am super, super excited about this. So I'll just show you. The next one is Snowy Day, and it looks like our the stamp set, Snowy Day. So it complements that. So, and they have this stamp set here. The words, I was like, how big are those words? And I was looking to see, I couldn't really exactly tell. I was trying to gauge whether or not they would fit on a card, because what fun would be really good burr. is really good for the scrapbook pages and stuff. So pretty neat. Okay, so and then they have the Halloween stuff. So a lot of people are disappointed about the annual catalog not offering any Halloween. The online exclusives only had one bundle and no designer paper. So here's the opportunity to get the designer paper. So the scrapbooking workshop kit is $28. It's going to make 3 2-page spreads. It includes 8 sheets of the 12 by 12 two-tone cardstock, 2 sheets of white, 6 sheets of the double-sided designer paper, 4 sheets of single-sided designer paper, 12 by 12, and a 12 by 12 sticker sheet. But here's the thing. You can get the designer series paper and sticker sheet without the scrapbooking kit for $17. And that's going to give you 3 each of 4 double-sided designs and 1 sticker sheet. So that's kind of a way of getting your Halloween. And then there's a designer series paper pack, which is $12.50, which is the 12 sheets. So just like our regular paper pack, designer paper, it has the same number of sheets and the cost is going to be the same. So here's what the designer paper is going to look like. And this is what the designer paper and sticker sheet looks like. And you can add on a stamp set. So this is really good. I think this is great. I think this is going to help people, be okay about not having Halloween. And then the last one that I wanted to show you is Autumn to Remember. This one is $42 and it makes 3 2-page scrap layouts again. And it has 6 sheets of 12 by 12 two-tone, 2 sheets of white, 6 sheets of the designer paper, 4 sheets of the single-sided designer paper, a sticker sheet, 2 sheets of ephemera packs, and 1 6x6 pre-cut sheet. So you get a lot. This is what the pre-cut sheet looks like. So it looks like it's in pecan pie and all the little ephemera. So this is going to be really nice for fall cards. And again, you have the opportunity to buy the sticker sheet and the designer paper, which looks like that. Or you can just do the designer paper. You can just do the stamp set, which is September to Remember, Bountiful Blessings, Crisp Autumn Days. That's fantastic. And these leaves are really nice too. So yeah, this is really going to be fun. So I hope you're excited about the scrapbooking coming back. I don't know if you were around back in the day when I first started Stampin' Up. We had, like I said, scrapbooking kits, and they were really, really nice. I still have some of them because it's hard to use a whole scrapbooking kit when you're making a 2-page spread. So, like, if there was a winter scene, I did it year after year. For the winter scene. But this it looks like you can make your 2-page spread, make some cards, and do like fall can also be your Thanksgiving page. Halloween can also be a fall page depending on what you put on it. So pretty good stuff. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Again, my blog is backyardstamper.com, and please join my email list, and I'll be glad to send you email tips and tricks and stamping news. So that's it for now. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.